let's talk capital projects in South Norfolk. South Norfolk has some of the oldest infrastructure in the city of Chesapeake. In the utility business, doing wastewater and drinking water, we will always have capital projects in South Norfolk, frankly. It is going to be an ongoing process, and it's not going to end. It's just a matter of trying to pick the worst sewer lines, the worst water lines that need to be the highest priority for replacement, and we go in and we will be replacing those on essentially a neighborhood by neighborhood basis. Now, water lines tend to last longer than sewers, so we're not doing as many neighborhood replacements on those, but we are doing some neighborhood water lines as we move through the infrastructure in the area. We spend more of our time doing sewer work. The sewer work is actually more difficult because it's got to be laid on slope. It tends to be deeper, and it takes more work in a neighborhood to replace the sewers. And so we're just working our way through South Norfolk as we continue to replace sewers neighborhood by neighborhood through the entire area. One subset that we received a question on is about backyard sewers. Our neighbors don't like backyard sewers. Our customers don't like backyard sewers. We don't like backyard sewers. We do have some along Oroville and Wilbur and some of that area where we do have some backyard sewers. We do have projects on the books within the next few years to remove those backyard sewers and move them to the streets. Now, in that particular circumstance, that is a very difficult job, and it's very impactful on the residents because right now, your house is here, the street is here, and the sewer line's in back. In order to move that sewer main to the front, that means we've got to reroute every house's sewer line either under the house or around the house from the backyard alley to the front yard sewer in the street. So those jobs are even more difficult than a normal neighborhood rehabilitation or replacement of the sewer system, and they are more impactful on every single customer because every customer's sewer line has to be rerouted to the front. But the backyard sewers are very difficult to maintain. We have sheds on some, we have fences on some, we have power poles that have damaged some. So they're subject to a lot of different impacts and different stresses that the sewers in the street are not. And they're so much harder to maintain, they're harder to find. They're, in the long run, much more difficult for our residents. So we are undertaking an effort within the next 3 years to get those backyard sewers moved to the front. So really in South Norfolk, we will always be there. We will be there providing service. We will be there. It's kind of like when you drive somewhere in the summer, you always hit a construction project. Well, if you drive around South Norfolk continuously, you will always hit a public utilities project because the infrastructure is just old and it's a continuous effort to replace it neighborhood by neighborhood.